Hey everybody, we are back with another episode of Our Four Senses. If this is your first time checking it out, this is Stephanie and Edmund Lee.
Hi.
We're the Lees. And today we're going to talk about the Oscars. We're going to talk about our opinion on it, our 4 cents on it, and a little bit about maybe Black History Month and a couple of little nuggets at the end. So let's just get into what we want to talk about. So Steph, I just want to know.
Wait, before you get started, do not forget to click like and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button so you can be the first to find out when we post our videos.
There we go. That's awesome. So definitely want you all to do that. So let's just kick it off with, what did you like and not like about the Oscars? Like, how did you feel about it? This is 2019 Oscars. How did you feel about it?
Okay, so I love the Oscars this year. I watched the Oscars in its entirety. Usually the Oscars, although people get excited for it, the Oscars can be somewhat boring, somewhat drawn out. It's a very long, it's over 3 hours, okay? And often, you know, the thing with the Oscars that's cool is it puts you up on movies that you hadn't seen. So a lot of times when these movies win Oscars and you hear a lot of the momentum on the award show, you're like, okay, I gotta watch it. So I have watched a lot of movies because of the Oscars, but if you have not seen it, then a lot of times it's a lot of like dead weight going on throughout the ceremony because you don't know exactly what they're talking about. But this year was amazing for me. I really tuned in. This year historically was amazing for minorities. It was amazing for the underappreciated, the often devalued. We saw a lot of support and a lot of awards given towards Black people, towards women. Freddie from Queen, I don't want to mess up his name, but the guy who played Queen won, and that was huge because he was gay, and you know, that was it was kind of difficult back in the day to kind of come out and say that, and he hit it most of his career. So to see his movie win an award basically showcasing his life, it's beautiful to see that there was so much inclusion in this year's Oscars. So I really enjoyed it. Like, I felt so much pride watching this year's Oscars.
Yeah,
what did you think?
Well, just seeing the women, you know, win, and it was what, 7 Oscars. I think it was a record for African Americans, which was cool. It was cool to see Spike get his first one.
Yes.
You know, to see how little he was when he jumped on
Yes.
stage. I was like, man, he was like a little kid.
Yes.
But after so many years, he won, and it's interesting the movie that he won with, and won't get too much into that, but it was just very interesting that that's the one he won.
Yeah.
You can, you know, make your own judgments about that, but the thing that was interesting, you said that people get to see movies that they didn't see before. And actually, you know, me with my marketing and advertising mind, I'm always looking at it from that perspective. I was looking at some articles, and we'll probably put the link below. One of the articles was saying that that's really what the Oscars is about now. I think the movie, they said The King's Speech, went from projected 30 million to 400 million after he got a nomination.
Yeah.
And that was pretty interesting. And a lot of these movies, you think about the Green Book. You know, some people, my mom taught me what the Green Book was back in the day. I mean, she taught me before the movie came out, so I already kind of knew what it was about. And a lot of people are going to watch that movie now.
Yep.
You know, and especially when it beat Black Panther and it beat, you know, a couple of other movies. I have my own thoughts on that, but what was your thoughts about the actual picture of the year and anything else about that?
What was the picture of the year? Because I forgot.
That was Green Book.
Oh, okay.
Now you're going to see it. See, exactly.
So Green Book, because it kept coming up throughout the night, and Mahershala Ali won for Best Supporting Actor, I definitely want to see it. Because I don't know, but I don't know where I've been. I haven't even heard of Green Book all year long. Like, I have not caught wind of Green Book. So when it was constantly, you know, up for awards, it made me think, oh, I'm going to check it out. And I am going to check it out because I don't know. But that's what the Oscars does. It puts a light on things that we maybe need to check out or are super amazing or made such a great impact. And if you're missing that experience, then it makes you want to do that. So I don't really have a personal idea on that because I don't know what it's about.
Well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it is fitting that it's Black History Month and it won because, like I said, my mom is well, you may not know this, but my mom is from Mississippi, and she taught me about this book prior to that. And I won't spoil it because I want you can just check out the movie to explain what the Green Book actually was. But I will say that a lot of people were upset. They were pissed off. In Twitter, everybody was going crazy because Black Panther didn't win. But I want to share something with you, and I think it was the best movie of the year. It was one of the best movies, probably my favorite movie of all time. Like the way people showed up, showed out. It was a movement, not just a movie. And I think it's rare that you have a movie that does that, and it's so like it just crushed, you know, the box office.
Yep.
But what I want to bring to your attention in the same article, I was wondering, like, why didn't it win? You know, and we watch stuff like, if you haven't watched the show, Adam Ruins Everything. He talks about the Oscars, how people actually kind of like bribe some of the voters. And it's not bribery, but they basically give gifts. They send out extra bonuses. They do all types of things to get considered to just be nominated. I'm not saying that that's why they won, but I did see some of the stats and the research was saying that, and please fact check this, Google this, but from quoting from the article, it was basically saying that over the 90-year history or so, that science fiction and horror movies have never won Best Picture. And that 93% of Best Picture winners are dramas, and 2% were action and fantasy. So Black Panther kind of classifies as several of those, and maybe it could have slid in the action or the fantasy side. But the fact that their dramas, they're saying that they like to pick movies that quote unquote are important, which is debatable to me, because I feel like Black Panther, even though it could have been in that 2%, or it could have been the first of its kind, because it was important. It was bigger than just a Marvel superhero movie. It was a movement. So I'm still saying that my picture of the year is Black Panther. And I think even if it wasn't, you know, obviously we're black, but it was just a really good. I'm a Marvel head. Like I've got, she knows I have comics back in the day, the first Spider-Man, all these crazy comics from back in the day. It's when I learned how to invest. But it was just a great movie. Yeah. So enough about that. Anything else you want to say about that? Oh, I do want to bring this up. So what's your favorite song from the Oscars? And I had a funny story I'm going to share with y'all in a second. Oh, my God.
Shallow. So I love, if you guys haven't seen A Star is Born, it's an amazing movie. There's so many layers to it. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper have an amazing chemistry. They created the soundtrack. They both sang on it. Obviously, Lady Gaga's a singer. We never thought that Bradley Cooper was, but he's super talented. They pretty much did, I think it was like 30 songs. You know, fact check, because I could, but it's a really long album, but they did all the songs on the album, and it was great. And so the song that you might be hearing a lot now is Shallow, and they performed it in the movie, and for the first time ever, they performed together at the Oscars, and I loved it. I loved it. So
she loved it before that. She goes around the house singing this song, in the shallow. Sing it.
I'm definitely not singing.
Give me a piece.
Absolutely not. We haven't had not one cocktail that would make me sing for these people right now.
Speaking of that, she did have a couple cocktails the other night, and she over there singing the song, doing her little dance, and then she's like, hey, the song, they have to do that. So she just lost her mind when they did that song.
I was happy to hear it.
That anyway.
Good music is good music.
It's a good movie, though. It really is, really is. The only thing about Lady Gaga, though, and I want you all to know this, like, that Canary Diamond that she had just put, you know, she started getting ideas, and I'm like, you know.
Did anybody see her gorgeous, stunning, I think it was a heart-shaped canary diamond that she wore at the Oscars.
And that thing was worth how much?
$50 million, I believe.
$50 million.
Yeah.
She probably got it gifted, though.
Or sometimes they borrow it. A lot of these celebrities get borrowed jewels, and then they give them back the next day. So
a lot, when you see like that red carpet stuff, a lot of that stuff is advertising and marketing too.
Sure.
When you see people wearing things, sometimes they don't pay for it.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's doing that for Cam Newton. I want y'all to stop giving Cam the clothes that you give Cam.
It's not about Cam.
I know, but man, brother.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Yes.
On the Black History Month. So we're about to wrap up Black History Month, and I wanted to just kind of talk about a couple things. Any questions you have, or anything you want to start with Black History? If you want to start to kick it off.
No, I don't.
All right.
Yeah. This is you. Go ahead.
So I want to talk about a couple things. Number one, I have to say this. I've been all around the world. I've been to like over 30 countries, and the number one place, my number one museum is the Slave Haven Museum in Memphis, Tennessee. If you have not been there, you have to go. Whether you're black or not, doesn't matter. It is just the best place in the world. I know the owners. I've went so many times, they don't even charge me anymore. They're like, Ed, hey, they know me by first, last name. They even spoke at my family reunion for free. Experience. It was great. It's a great place to go. They have the underground rail. They have like the actual like underground basement where they were hiding still there. So if you're ever in Memphis, or if you're not in Memphis, make a trip and go. I've taken probably 20 people by this time. So anyway, that's number one. Number two, I want to just tell a little bit, a little quick little fact. A lot of people will say, I hear people say, man, Black History Month, they gave us the shortest month. And it's not a they thing, just so you all know where that came from. So my fraternity brother started Black History Month. Carter G. Woodson, he was an Omega man. He started, it was just a week at first. And this was around 1926 or so. You can give or take, but that's when he started the week. And he started it in February because of Frederick Douglass's birthday, and it was rumored to say that it was because of Abe Lincoln's. Well, a lot of people don't know that people used to celebrate Frederick Douglass's birthday in segregated schools around 1901. It was a holiday, and it was the same day as Valentine's Day. Technically, he doesn't know when his birthday was. They say it was around 1818, or it was later found out it might be 1817, but he knew it was the month of February. So he picked February 14th. He picked Valentine's Day because he said that if other people can have a birthday, I'm going to have a birthday. Because a lot of people back then didn't have birthdays. You know, slaves didn't have birthdays that they celebrated and things like that. So he chose that day because he liked the attributes of the day. So fellas, if you don't like Valentine's Day, like I don't, you know, you can
just give me
you
my
can
gift.
celebrate. Just give you your gift, huh?
Most importantly, give me my gift. Don't pull that stunt.
I celebrate her on Valentine's
That's
Day.
fine
But Valentine's
with me.
Day is all the time, whenever I want it to be.
Exactly.
But Douglas Day is what I'm going to be mentally celebrating in my
Whatever.
mind. So anyway, that, you know, be quiet for I'm going to start getting a recording of you singing In the Shallow and we'll put that online.
Whatever. They might like it. The people might want me.
Give it to them then.
No.
Go ahead. You want to talk, you want to be Billy Badass, go ahead and do it.
Moving on.
In the shallow. Come on, give it to
No,
them. I'll do
I'm
it.
not doing it. Go ahead. They don't want to see you do it anyways.
They do.
Moving
because
on.
they heard rumors about my group coming out. Silky Johnson and the Pickled Pig Feet. I'm going to have a blues group one day, and y'all going to be hating on it because it's going to be classic.
Oh,
Classic. And you can possibly be the lead singer.
What did you want to say about Black History Month?
That I'm going to make history with Silky Johnson and the Pickled Pig. Anyway, so off track. Did I talk about Frederick Douglass?
Yes, you did.
Okay. That's it. What about you in Black history? It's a little different. We have different Black history. So why don't you tell them a little bit about your Black history? How it's a little unique from mine, per se.
Well, I won't go into like historical details because we can all kind of, you know, look that up on our own. I will say that I will urge you guys to maybe just do some research and take it beyond, you know, Black history. And you don't have to be Black to look about, you don't have to be Black to think about Black history or to look into Black history. So my family's from Haiti, so a lot of things historically that I learned definitely went back to that. You know, fun fact, Chicago was founded by a Haitian man. So, you know, depending on where you grow up and what your influences are and what part of the country you're from or what country you're from, you can get a lot of facts that you didn't know. And there's so many things that we can uncover. So I would implore you to maybe use February and you know, all the months coming to really kind of dig in and find some new facts and learn about yourself or learn about another culture. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of wrap this up. Black history is just a part of history. It's all year round. Just like every culture has had something to do with the history of mankind. So it doesn't matter what your race is. We'd love for you to explore. And history's created daily. There are people that have done things recently that are phenomenal. So I just want to pretty much, you know, and share those things. Anything you know, please comment below and let us know. Anything that you know that's historical. I'll put some comments in there of some things that I know. And let's just keep the conversation going throughout the year and not just February. So that's pretty much it. That's all we've got for this one. And Steph, you want to close us out or any last words?
The last words is thank you so much, guys, for sending in your tagline. The first video we asked for the tagline. Oh
yeah,
and we got
I couldn't think of one.
When your tagline was horrible, so we got.
It was a work in process.
Okay. So we got a bunch of really good ideas, but for our 4 cents, the one we're going with is keep the change. So our 4 cents, keep the change. We really like that one. We're pouring into you guys and you're pouring into us, and we're just really learning about each other and learning about things and having great progressive conversations. So whatever we give, keep. So
I mean, we're all about conversations creating change, right? And that's the change you get to keep mentally, and that's really what we're about. So hopefully any of our videos does that, or sparks an idea, or sparks a conversation. So
all right, so everybody have a great week. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, like, share, and we'll see you next week.
all right.